So what we're going to look at in our video today is how to put on our shoulder rest if we're using a sponge that is cut out, shaped more like a normal shoulder rest. So yours may look like this, or you may have one that is gray, or you may have one that is another color, but as long as it kind of has this curvy shape to it, it should work just the same for all of us. So we know that when we are trying to hold our instrument up under our chin, we have our chin rest here, which is going to sit nicely along the side of our chin here. Not this part of your chin, but the side. And when we're holding our instrument, we should be able to hold it with just our chin resting up nicely against our shoulder. But if it's not holding well, or if you have to really raise your arm up, or it's stuck all the way up here, what we may find is that we need to use a shoulder rest to help balance that out. So what we have is our sponge shoulder rest. And what this is going to do is it's going to lift the instrument up a little more so I don't have to raise my shoulder up to keep my instrument right where it needs to be. So with this though, what you should have is your sponge and a rubber band or two. And what we're going to notice is that we do have the one part that is curved way in and the other part that comes way down. So this part that is curved in is actually going to fit really nicely on our shoulder here, and the part that comes down is going to be the part that braces against our chest. So when we're putting this on our instrument, we're going to want to make sure that the part that curves up is going to be on the same side as our chin rest, because our chin rest will be just above our shoulder. So curved in part with the flat back against the instrument right next to our chin rest. And the part that's sticking down out more is going to be on the other part. So what we'll do is we're going to take our rubber band here, and the way that I do it is I start by putting the rubber band around that little corner piece of our bout, and then I'm actually going to stretch it all the way across to the far side of my chin rest, and hopefully your rubber band is long enough to make sure that that goes well. And on the bottom part here, what I'll also want to make sure I do is have my rubber band come all the way down across the bottom. So what this looks like now for my sponge is we are going to have, hopefully sitting nicely here, sitting kind of like this. So now when we put it on our shoulder, we've got this nice support here. So when you've got your sponge on your shoulder, what it should look like is your instrument should sit nicely parallel to the ground. It'll be in a nice straight line coming off the side of your face. However, if your instrument is still way up here, or it's way down here, or you find yourself having to raise your shoulder up, you may need to see about getting a different kind of shoulder rest, or seeing if you can add a little bit more of a sponge or maybe a washcloth in here to give you a little more space to fill that up. If we end up having to raise our shoulder the whole time, it is going to make us very tired if we're playing for a long period of time. So I hope this was helpful and get you good to go.